name is Chun Kiet, and I'm 16. I perform mainly for kids. I'm a kids entertainer who makes them laugh. I can also perform magic. I do balloon twisting. I shape balloons into animals, flowers, and swords for them. I'm also a ventriloquist who performs with a puppet.
No, I don't kiss the boy. Why you don't kiss the boy? I only kiss the girl.
I can also create illusions such as levitation. In the Channel 8 program Good Morning Singapore, I made my younger brother float in mid-air. I remember my first performance at the age of 14. I performed simple magic tricks, like robe and flower magic tricks. It was my first performance, and I was paid for it. It was a great encouragement to me. I told myself that I could do it.
Of course, I feel happy about it. My younger sister said to me, "Do you know that you have a talented son?" In my opinion, few teenagers of his age would have the courage to give a performance, contact people to engage him for magic shows, and secure his own gigs.
I'm going to perform at a child's birthday party today with an audience of about 15 children. I've experienced performing in front of parents and families, except that I'll be performing on TV this time, and I'm a little nervous. My wardrobe comprises mainly formal wear, mostly with long sleeves and in black and white. Some clothes are showy, some are shiny and glossy. Most of my friends wear long jeans, those favored by children and teenagers. I do have jeans, but I seldom wear them. Sometimes they tease me for being old-fashioned. They think my clothes are for old people, but I like wearing them. When I wear these clothes for performances or to meet clients, they make me appear mature, and it gives people the impression that I'm experienced. That'll convince them to engage me to perform. Most of the time, we have 5 chests of equipment. They contain backdrops, sound system, props, balloons, and dummies. It's definitely troublesome to move all these things, but I have a great and helpful assistant. My assistant is a good friend of mine. We've been schoolmates for 4 years. He's a nice guy who has a positive working attitude. He's a good learner too. No airs about him. He's my ideal assistant.
I've been helping him for a year. I see him in school, and he approached me for help for his performance. I feel that I'm able to help him. In terms of money, I don't really look forward to it, because what I'm doing is by friendship, but not money.
He's not receiving a fixed salary. More performances mean that he earns more. I'll also reward him if he does a good job, such as buying him meals. My assistant is important to me because he points out areas I can improve on.
Are you ready for the magic show? My magic show, my magic word is wow. All right. I'm here to experience, you know.
In most of my performances, the children are more spontaneous. There are fewer children today, so I guess the response isn't as enthusiastic. The most difficult part about performing for children is this. If they're unresponsive, you need to know how to communicate with them.
All the children say wow.
I'm mindful of cracking jokes that they can understand. I speak with simple English and make sure that the performance doesn't drag because their attention span is short. I feel the need to act like a clown in the presence of children. Otherwise, they won't laugh.
If I put it inside back,
I try to have special props. For example, the use of backdrops. Many magicians also don't use dummies. The audience will find my performance somewhat different. I'm funnier and the children love me for it.
I find his performance in general isn't very bad. It's quite good, in fact. Because usually in situation where the crowd is very quiet, he tend to speak up and make them become very enthusiastic, like the event just now. Actually, it was very quiet in the start. There wasn't volunteer. After the first few magic performance, there is many volunteers.
All right. Okay, give them a round of applause, come on.
It does happen. A particular act may tickle this audience. They laugh and relish it, but the act may not elicit the same response from a different audience. It therefore depends on the atmosphere. Atmosphere plays a very big part. Sometimes people have the idea the small is beautiful. They think I'm young, so I can communicate well with the children. Some people, however, feel that I'm not mature enough. They doubt I'm a good magician due to my lack of experience. Well, it depends on how you look at it, the angle on how you look at it. My performance today wasn't satisfactory. There's much room for improvement. I believe I'm born to be humorous. I can always tickle their funny bone.
It was around the time when he was attending kindergarten. Then he started asking for unusual things. He'd ask his grandparents to buy him things like figurines of the 8 Immortals and Journey to the West. He loved going to the Toys R Us toy store to look for puppets, not toys.
Here I have 2 sponge balls, right? You reach out your 2 hands, all right? Right? Now this is 2 sponge balls. One goes to my hand. Give me another one. One will go to your hand. Which hand would you want it to go? This. Okay, so you squeeze tight, squeeze tight, all right? All right, your ball disappears and it appears in your hand.
I remember when I was 10, my dad took me to a toy shop. He bought me a magician kit. There were a number of magic tricks in it. I developed a great interest in magic from there. From then on, I started buying DVDs and books on magic and learned it online. I hadn't gone into commercial performances yet, so I didn't have money to pay someone to teach me. That would have cost a few $100s, of which I couldn't afford. During Chinese New Year, many relatives and friends came visiting, including children. I was 12 back then. It was just a simple magic trick I performed, but everyone encouraged me to pursue my interest. They believed that I was gifted in this area.
Okay, so this one ball, can you squeeze your hand tight? Squeeze tight. All right, 1, 2, 3. It disappears and it goes to your hand. Oh. Any card? Yeah, take a look at the card.
It started when he was in primary 5. He wasn't afraid to go on stage, especially in school. He performed on speech day and national day events.
Every magician must be able to act, at least a little. Magic seeks to capture one's attention and is performed on stage, thus is similar to acting. I remember when I was in primary 6, Madam Raihan approached me to join the drama club. From there, I learned about acting techniques. It has helped me in my role as a magician. I learned the skills of acting on stage. I was given a lot of theater training. From my magic shows, I've learned to write scripts, jokes, and stories.
Actually, he was already a little magician in the class because a few times he was caught doing coin tricks when I was teaching. He is always busy, whether outside class or in class, doing mimicking voices. He mimics all different sorts of birds. He knows every sort of single bird sounds.
My magic tricks were very simple back then. I used mostly ordinary items, like coins, paper, and pens. If I made a mistake, they laughed at me. But when I succeeded in tricking them, their expression was one of amazement.
In the beginning, I think his interest wasn't so much into learning. I think he was busy doing something else. He was busy perfecting his other skills. He was at one point selling cards. You know, the expensive cards, the one with some quotes or something. In fact, he sold it double the price. And then, he got some parents unhappy. But I'm quite glad to say that his bad behavior in the early years, it wasn't due to fighting or the use of profanities, in fact being rude. It was more of him discovering himself. I do notice some traits in him of being a good performer. Most importantly, I see that he was able to verbalize his thoughts. And also he could think very fast on his feet. So no, I like that. I want such pupils in drama. And also, he has so much energy that, such energy should be channeled. In the end, he became the school best drama boy. And we got $1,000 for our winning for the national crime competition. I could see that when he was in P5 and P6, he was in fact a little mature than the rest of them. Over time, he knows what he wants. And he's dedicated, and one good ways about Chung Kiat is he's willing to put in a lot of effort.
I want to go into business when I grow up because it's faster and easier to earn money. I see my parents working very hard. They are busy working the whole day. I don't want to be like them. I hope to earn a lot of money, live in a bigger house, and own a car. I do internet marketing and look for clients online. Sometimes my friends introduce clients to me. My agent and other event management companies usually engage me to perform at restaurants and events.
Most of the time, I'll do it by word of mouth with my relatives and friends. They'll introduce their friends to him. But I don't market his business aggressively because he's still a student after all.
I usually earn $4,000 to $5,000 if business is good. If not, it'll be $2,000 to $3,000. I usually spend my earnings on food because I love to eat. I buy branded clothes and watches, I go out with friends, I also spend on better props.
I can't say that I'm entirely pleased with his spending habits at this age. Of course, I'm happy with his talent. With money in hand, he'll go online to source and order his puppets from the States. As you know, import handling fees plus the cost of a puppet are by no means cheap. Sometimes, one puppet can cost over $1,000. When it arrives, I exclaim, "Wow, you bought something again?" Actually, I've mixed feelings about it. I'm happy that he's gifted in one aspect, but I'm also concerned that his passion for magic may lead him to neglect his studies. I want him to have his own time. I don't want him to spend his entire weekend performing magic. After all, he needs to enjoy his childhood and his teenage years.
You guys ready for the magic show? Yeah! All right, for my magic show, my magic word is wow. So can all the children say wow? Look at me. What is it, children? Monkey. What is it? Monkey. Can I have the girl? All right, the girl in pink jacket. All right, can I have another boy? Another boy. Blow harder, you blow harder. Ayo! Okay. His name is Aming, all right? He's my pet monkey, okay?
Children are fond of puppet play. They may not be tickled by my funny lines, but they will laugh at my puppet's jokes.
No, I don't kiss the boy. Why you don't kiss the boy? I only kiss the girl.
I have about 30 dummies. Each one has a different character. As a ventriloquist, I don't move my lips, and I must leave my dummies with an impression. That is, give them a different character which shows in their behavior and voice. For this reason, I have to write a different script for each character. I'm mischievous, and this is a mischievous puppet. It enjoys poking fun at me, the magician. At the same time, it acts as a role model for the children. It's not a bad character, it's just playful.
How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? 16 years old?
I have to give it a mischievous voice so that it sounds playful.
He's an energetic character. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to tell a story, all right? You like to hear stories?
Not only do I want to entertain people with my puppets, I'm also toying with the idea of using them to convey educational messages and sensitive ideas. It will benefit children greatly. There will be more business opportunities. I can perform in schools and churches.
So all together, let's blow, okay? 1, 2, 3, blow.
By doing so, I'll really be in the business. I'll get to meet different people, most of whom live in big houses and own big cars. I'll meet these people and see what's happening in society. In this way, I'll mature faster. When I grow up, my experience will be an asset.
All right, all the children say, wow.
I've come to know a lot of people. Some of them from the older generation have their own businesses. There are also those in the entertainment line, like singers, dancers, and actors. I have much to learn from them. Wow, how did you do that? My dad was strolling around here and chanced upon this magic shop. Knowing that I love the wide range of magic tricks here, he told me about it. The moment I walked in, I was wowed because the assortment of magic paraphernalia was like those used by professional magicians. I was excited about what to buy. I tend to buy a lot since I only come here about once a month. I spend a few $100s during each visit. Anything to recommend?
I've known him for about 3 years. He usually buys magic tricks meant for children. For example, pigeons, flowers and other tricks like fake hands, and books that change colors.
There's an egg, all right.
As a 16-year-old magician, that is considered young. He has the talent for performing magic. Not everybody is brave enough to perform in public. He's good at showmanship too. He isn't shy or nervous either. Sometimes he has to deal with the issues concerning the audience. If the magic trick is nothing new to the audience, what then? There is also a question of fees. How much do you charge? If someone says that your performing fee is too high, how do you answer to that? What should be considered a reasonable fee? The whole deck of cards becomes white, yellow or multicolored.
I consult him about running a business because he has been operating this shop for 20 years. He has other businesses as well. I look to him as a role model.
I too was young once, chasing my dream. I advised him not to give up his studies. He should get an education. But even if you can't be a magician, there are other job options because not everyone measures up to the standards. In my opinion, it's better to receive an education. After that, you can choose to pursue your dream.
Whoa! So take a hand. Whoa, give her a clap, come on.
He tells me the one can't make a living from magic. I feel that you can make a living, but you won't be rich. If the opportunity arises, I'll still want to be a full-time magician.
1, 2, 3. It disappears and it goes to your hand. Oh. Hey, kill the flower. Okay, go harder, go harder. Hey, kill the flower.
I'll respect his passion. Of course, every mother hopes that her child doesn't make a career out of this kind of entertainment line. However, if he's holding a job and this is a sideline, I'm okay with it. I'll still respect his decision if he intends to start a company and puts his heart into the entertainment line. I'm okay with that too.
Empty hat. Whoa! Right. Here comes the end of my show. Thank you very much.